Welcome to my page. My name is Mumba and I'm a tutor of maths and physics. In today's video, I'll be answering our physics questions from section A, August 2019. And the first question reads, the diagram below shows four identical metal bars placed between two wooden blocks on a ruler. So these are the four metal bars, the first one, second one, third one, the last one, which are placed in between the two wooden blocks. The first question says, what is the diameter of one metal bar? What is the diameter of one metal bar? So to find the diameter of one metal bar, I can simply just count from here by saying 0, 1, 2, 3. So it's supposed to be 3 centimeter, or I can again start 0, 1, 2, 3, which is constant. Okay. Or I can also say diameter is equals the length of four metal bars 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 minus the number of metal bars, which is 4, then I'll get 3 centimeter. So the correct answer for the first one is supposed to be C. Then question 2, which of the following would change the period of oscillation of a pendulum? So the period of oscillation of a pendulum is affected by acceleration due to gravity and the length of the pendulum. So thickness of the string, no. Mass of the pendulum of bob, no. Volume of the pendulum of bob, no. The correct answer is supposed to be B, length of the pendulum. Number 3. The diagram below is a graph showing the movement of a car over a period of 70 seconds. So this car started from rest, then it covered a speed of 20 meters per second in 40 seconds, then it maintained the same speed for another 20 seconds, and it came to rest in the next 10 seconds. What distance was traveled by the car while its speed was decelerated? So I'm only interested in this last part of the shape. When you are finding distance under velocity time graph, you use the area of the shape formed. So this shape formed here is a triangle. So for me to find distance when it was decelerating, I'll say area is equals half BH. Half, my base will be from here to 60, from 70 to 60, and I'll say 70 minus 60, which is 10. Then my height will be from down here going up, which will be 20. 1 times 10, it is 10. 10 times 20, it is 200 over 2. 2 into 200, I'll get 100 meters. So the answer for this one is supposed to be A. Question 4. A diagram below shows a 200-gram object on a frictionless surface acted upon by 3 forces. Which of the following is correct about the acceleration and direction of the movement of the object? Okay, I'll start with the direction of movement. So I have this mass of 200 grams. I have 2 forces which are acting in the same direction. So I'll simply add the forces. 2 plus 5, I'll get 7 Newton. Then I have another force of 6 Newton acting on the left side. So for me to find the direction, I'll simply say 7 minus 6, then I'll get 1 Newton. So this 1 Newton is acting on the right hand side because that is where the bigger force is. So B or C can be the correct answer for question 4. To find the acceleration, I'll use the formula. Force is equals mass times acceleration, where force is 1 Newton. Mass, I'm going to convert this 200 grams to kg. So when I said 200 divided by 1000, I'll simply get 0.2 kg. So my mass will be 0.2 because the SI unit for mass are supposed to be in kg. Grams, these are just units you can use to find mass. So 0.2 times acceleration over 0.2 over 0.2. When you divide 0.1 over 0.2, you simply get 5 meters per second squared. So the correct answer for question 4 is supposed to be C. Question 5. Why would a mechanic prefer to use a longer spanner to loosen a nut than a short one. A longer spanner would add grease to the nut. Wrong. Allow a mechanic to apply more force. That is not true. A longer spanner would allow a mechanic to apply less force for the same turning effect. C. Give a greater turning effect, which is correct. C. Take a longer time to loosen the nut. No. The correct answer is supposed to be C for question 5. Question 6. Question 6. A drum of water of weight 2000 Newton is rolled up a plank of length 2 meter onto a platform of 0.8 meter high. What is the work done on the drum against gravity? So, work done is equals force times distance. By definition, work done is the product of force and direction and distance in the direction of force. So the force has been given, which is 2000 Newton. Then the direction I'm going to use is 0.8 because it is against gravity. And then when I add the two, I'll simply get 1600 joules. So the correct answer for question 6 is supposed to be B. Question 7. A crane lifts a 600 kg mass through a vertical height of 12 meters in 16 seconds. What is the crane's power output? So to calculate power, you can simply use the formula. Power is equals energy over time, where the kind of energy acting on this crane is potential energy, and potential energy is equals mgh. The mass of this the mass is 600, gravity is constant, which is 10, and the height I'm going to use is 12. When I multiply 600 times 10, it is 6,000. 6,000 plus 12, I'll get 72,000. Then time I've been given, it is 18 seconds. So I'll substitute this in the formula where I'll say 72,000 over 18. I'll simply get 4,000 watts as my power. So question 7, the correct answer is supposed to be A. Question 8. Question 8. The diagram below shows a wheel and axle not drawn to scale used to raise a load of 280 Newton by a force of 40 Newton. If the right of the wheel and axle are 70 cm and 5 cm respectively, what is the velocity ratio of the wheel and axle? So to find velocity ratio of a wheel and axle, we simply use the formula. Velocity ratio is equals capital letter R over small letter r. Capital letter R is the radius of the bigger wheel. Small letter r is the radius of the smaller wheel, where the radius of the bigger wheel have been given is 70 cm over 5 cm. When you divide the two, you simply get 14. It has no units because it's a ratio, so the correct answer here is supposed to be C. Question 9. Question 9. The diagram below shows a bimetallic strip before and when it was dipped in a liquid of temperature negative 20 degrees Celsius, which is cold water or cold liquid. So here's before and after. You can see there is some contrast and expansion happening. Which of the following is correct? Metal A is a poor conductor of heat than metal B. Okay, so I'll disqualify this one because we are talking about cold water, not talking about heat here. Metal B is a better conductor of heat than metal A. I'll also disqualify this one. C, metal A contrasts more than metal B when cooled. That's not true. D, when cooled, metal B contrasts more than metal A, which is correct. So I'll go for D for question 9. Then question 10. Question 10. A bicycle pump contains 70 centimeter cubic of air at a pressure of 1 atmospheric and temperature of 7 degrees Celsius. What is the pressure when the air is compressed to 30 centimeter cubic at temperature of 27 degrees Celsius? So this question is under gas laws, and the formula I'm going to use is the combined gas equation, which deals with Boyle's law, Charles' law, and gas law. And that formula is pressure 1 volume 1 over temperature 1 is equals pressure 2 volume 2 over temperature 2. What you need to know when you are dealing with gas laws, temperature should be in Kelvin, not degrees Celsius, and to convert temperature from degrees Celsius to Kelvin, we simply use the formula 1 Kelvin. Temperature in Kelvin is equals temperature in degrees Celsius plus 273. So for the first one, the temperature is 7 degrees Celsius. So I'll say 7 plus 273. I'll simply get 300 Kelvin. For the second one, temperature is at 27 degrees Celsius. 27 degrees Celsius. So I'll say 27 plus 273, and I'll get sorry, I made a mistake. 7 plus this 0. I think it's supposed to be 280 here. 280. 10 remainder 1, yeah. Then for this one, 27 plus 273, I'll simply get 300 K. Then I'll substitute what I've been given in the question into the formula. Pressure 1 is 1. Okay. Then volume 1 is 17. Volume 1 is 17. Over temperature 1 is 280 is equals pressure 2 is what I'm looking for. Volume 2 is 30 over temperature 2 is 300. Okay, then when I cross multiply, I'll simply get 1 times 70 is 70. 70 times 300, I'll simply get 21,000 is equals 280 times 30, that is 8,400 P2 over 8,400. When I divide, I'll get pressure 2 to be 2.5. So the answer for question 10, it's supposed to be B. Okay, question 11. Question 11, the diagram below represents position at one particle time on a longitudinal wave. So this is a diagram of a sound wave, and a sound wave consists of two parts. There is a compression where the particles are close together, and rarefaction where the particles are separated. Which position are one wavelength? So wavelength is the shortest distance a wave repeats itself. So the first one says W and X, no. B, W and Z, it is more than one wavelength, so no. X and Z, no. Y and Z, yes. So this region is known as compression, rarefaction, compression again. So this is the shortest distance a wave repeats itself, okay? So the correct answer here is supposed to be C. Number 12, which of the following of sound frequencies has the highest pitch? So the relationship between frequency and pitch is that the higher the frequency, the higher the pitch. The lower the frequency, the lower the pitch. So I have 150, 200, 400, 500 Hz. 500 Hz is the one with the highest pitch. So the correct answer for question 12 is D. And then question 13. The diagram below shows a ray of light from air into a rectangular glass block. Okay, we have the incident and it's been refracted in a glass block. So they want me to find the refractive index. Refractive index is equals sine incidence over sine refraction, and sine incidence is the angle between the normal, which is this one, and the incident ray, which is 1, and the angle of refraction is the angle between the refracted ray and the normal, which is 3. So the correct answer for this one is going to be A, which says 1 is equals sine 1 over sine 3. So question 13 A. Question 14. The diagram below shows how an image is formed from an object placed in front of a converging lens. What is the magnification? So to find magnification, we simply use the formula. Magnification is equals size of image over size of object. Now, we have been given a scale of 1 centimeter to represent 2 centimeter. So the size of this object is 2 centimeter. Okay, then the size of the image, I'm dealing with 2 boxes, which is 4 centimeter. When I divide the 2, I'll get 2. And magnification is a ratio, so it has no units. So the correct answer is supposed to be D. You can also use the formula magnification is equals the ratio of distance of image to distance of object. So the correct answer for this one, question 14, is C. Question 15. A negatively charged rod is held closer to but not touching an insulated metal sphere. Which diagram below shows the charges that are induced on the sphere? So the sphere is like matter. It is made up of atoms, and an atom consists of protons, which are positively charged, and electrons, which are negatively charged. So when you bring this rod close to the sphere, okay, so this is the metal sphere, which is made up of protons, which are positively charged, and electrons, which are negatively charged. So when you bring a negatively charged load, the positive or the protons will move closer to the rod, and the electrons will move away from the sphere. So the answer needs to look something like this. So question 15, the correct answer is supposed to be A. Question 15, correct answer is supposed to be A. Question 16, a small heater operates at 12 volts, 2 amp. How much energy will it use when it is switched on other 5 minutes? When it is switched on for 5 minutes. So to find energy, I will simply use the formula. So this is question 16. I'll simply use the formula. Energy is equals VT, where voltage have been given is 12, current have been given is 2, time I need to convert it from minutes to seconds, then 1 minute is equals 60 seconds, so 5 minutes is equals X. When I cross multiply, I'll get 300 seconds, so times 300, and when I multiply, I'll get 70. 2000 joules. 12 times 2, which is 24. 24 times 300 to give me 72,000 joules. So the correct answer for question 16 is supposed to be D. Question 17. The diagram below shows magnetic field pattern between north and south pole of magnets. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4. Which of the numbered diagrams show the correct magnetic field patterns? So I'm dealing with two different magnets, the north pole and south pole, meaning attraction is supposed to take place. So these two are wrong because they show repulsion. Then the third one, what you need to know, one of the properties of magnetic field lines is that the magnetic field lines start from the north going to the south, okay, and they don't cross each other. So here it's showing from the south going to the north, which is wrong. The correct one is supposed to be 4, where the magnetic field lines are moving from the north pole to the south pole. So the correct answer is supposed to be D. Question 18. A transformer has 1000 turns on the primary core. The voltage applied to the primary core is 230 volts AC. How many turns are on the secondary core if the output voltage is 46 volts? So I'll use the transformer equation, which says voltage secondary over voltage primary is equals number of turns secondary over number of turns primary. The transformer has 1000 turns on the primary, so I have 1000 turns. Then I'm looking for the number of turns on the secondary. Then the voltage applied in the primary core is 230, and the voltage applied on the secondary core is 46. So I'm going to cross multiply. 230 V number of turns secondary is equals 46,000 over 230 over 230. This will go 0 and 0. So the correct answer is supposed to be 200, which is B for question 18. Question 19. What is the purpose of X plates in a cathode ray oscilloscope? So the purpose of X plates is to diffract the electron beam horizontally or left and right. So the correct answer here is supposed to be C. Number 20. A sodium nucleus decays by emission of a beta particle to form magnesium. Which equation is the correct representation of the decay? Okay, so since it went under beta emission, a beta emission is an electron in nature with mass number 0 and total number -1. So looking at the first one, it is wrong because this is an alpha. The third one, it is wrong, this is a gamma. The last one, it is alpha. So the correct one is supposed to be C. And what you need to know is the mass number on the left hand side is supposed to be the same as the mass number on the right hand side. So the mass number of sodium is 24, magnesium 24 plus 0, it's still 24. The number down here is 11, 12 minus 1, it is -1. So the correct one is supposed to be C for the last one. Thank you for watching. Please share the video and comment the video with others.